Good evening, I'm Kurt Gutgsell. Again, if health conditions are favorable, the Indiana High School Athletic Association will open up high school sports on July 1st for conditioning and practice. Southridge basketball coach Mark Rohr on what that means for his Raider program.
There's still some different variables of things and kind of, working your way from the top down. I talked to some people, in the basketball circles the last few days, and kind of what the norm of summer basketball will look like still kind of hinges on the NCAA. And I'm sure, I talked to Gene Magny. We actually had, and I'll get to this in a minute, but we had a meeting last night with the majority of our coaches, or at least the ones that do summer athletics, to just kind of let's sit down, let's get everybody's ideas on what we want to do. But in talking to Gene, it's kind of the same thing in terms of what's the NCAA going to decide with travel baseball, with, for us, it's AAU basketball and different things like that, because, just the structure and the way that that month of July is going to be set up is somewhat dependent on that. Not totally, but for certain, kids and certain players that we have, it will be. And, it's just a unique situation that, Indiana has kind of been the first to, at least around our area and in the Midwest, to get the ball rolling on reopening and things. And, there's other states that there's just no way that they're going to be doing things in July. So does the NCAA say, okay, well, we'll let the states that are open, those coaches can go out and recruit while other states can't, or
right,
those kids can be seen while other states can't. And so I kind of got this feeling, and the people that I talked to kind of got a feeling that the NCAA is going to shut down things through July, which from a school sport standpoint, it's terrible for the kids. And there's some area kids, whether it's, Southridge kids or other local kids, that this is a really big off season for them to be seen, whether it's AAU circuit, whether it's travel baseball stuff. And so for this to just all be shut down and canceled is really a terrible thing. But at the same time, in our meeting last night that we had as Southridge Athletic Department, we're hopeful to really be able to try to come up with some unique things to where obviously we have so many multi-sport kids, and I usually just do stuff in June, and Gene, he said usually he doesn't do any summer baseball stuff at all, really, and then Coach B's season really kind of gets rolling in July. And so how do we kind of fit everything in? And we didn't have, and then obviously there's tennis. We got a lot of multi-sport kids that do tennis, and that really gets rolling in July as well. So, we didn't come up with really a firm, this is exactly what we're doing as of yet. We've all kind of got an idea, and what we'll be in communication these next couple of weeks. But, for me personally, hopefully we're going to be able to have, 2, if we get 3 days, a week in July, that would just be spectacular. I don't think there's going to be any of the big shootout type things necessarily, maybe at the end of the month, but we would love to just have a practice one day and then have a scrimmage one day. If we were able to do that in the month of July, that would be great. And hopefully just for us, and as a program we talked about it, for me and Gene, it's more just being around the kids again, being around, and, he missed the whole season, but, just being around those guys some to, get some fundamental work in and get some skill stuff in and maybe some competitive stuff with another school here and there, but more just seeing the kids and doing things like that. And, we want to kind of defer to football as much as we can. We're not going to step on anybody's toes there, and tennis as well. Because their season is going to get, rolling here pretty soon, hopefully.
From the That Didn't Take Very Long department, after entering the transfer portal Wednesday, Purdue guard Nogel Eastern announced yesterday on Twitter that he is committed to the Michigan Wolverines. The 6'7" Illinois native started 62 games for the Boilermakers the past 2 seasons, averaging a career-best 7.5 points and 5.5 rebounds in 18 and 19. He has one more year of eligibility, but is not in the transfer portal as a grad transfer, meaning he will likely have to sit out the 2020-21 season. NASCAR and live sports returns on Sunday, and Brad Keselowski has won the pole for Sunday's race at Darlington without burning an ounce of fuel. The Team Penske driver watched NASCAR's chief scorer Kyle McKinney pluck the number one ball out of a random draw, giving the 2012 Series champion the top starting position when the Cup season resumes with no fans again in Darlington. Stay tuned. We'll have more WJTS 18 news right after this.